everybody, and we're back.
Ah, yes. That is some good espresso. I can't do an elven accent. And here we are,
In the Elven Lands.
heading into the elven lands. So I guess we can pop over to my beautiful world map. You catch a human merchant ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should probably... A real token? Who's that wizard? You must have had some character that died out there in the woods.
I think that was Clarissa, the 14-year-old girl who got murdered in hour 2 or 3 of play.
Bye, Clarissa. You should probably change your name from Leon.
Oh yeah, good call.
Although I don't know that we'll need to roll anything anytime soon. Okay. So for a pittance of gold coins, you can buy yourself passage to Qualneer, the elven capital here in the south. It takes only a few hours by ship to reach it.
Wonderful.
So you put out to sea and south along the coast, keeping sight of the mountains, and then eventually lush green woodland coming into view. And as you head south, the trees grow older and taller, and you return to your homeland once more, Qualneer.
Don't really know why I left in the first place. It's all a blur, but Qualneer is not one to think too hard about things that are inconvenient to think about.
Did you ever really fit in amongst the elves?
I didn't. There's just this nagging feeling at the back of his mind that you woke up stranded on a beach. Maybe this place isn't safe for you. And that's kind of tickling him in the back of his brain, but at the same time, he's set up his own thing in Solstice. He's got a ruby mine. He's a badass motherfucker now. So whatever problems he had before, he's probably good enough to handle, so he's not going to worry about them.
What place isn't safe for you? This D&D universe?
Yeah. The Elven Homeland especially. So we'll
I don't think so. I always had the impression you left, not...
Well, I don't know what happened, because I don't remember. I just woke up on a beach.
Sure, but that was at the ripe old age of 150 or whatever.
Yeah, so I was
you've had a lot of life. I don't know when the last... Well, I mean, you were here recently dropping off your sister.
Yeah.
So the seaside entrance to the Elfwood is a massive river tributary. Is that what it is? Where the river feeds out into the ocean? Delta. This forest delta. And that is as far as the human merchant ships will go. They pull up to some docks at this delta somewhere to unload goods. There's probably a small collection of buildings at the border. Actually, I'd probably put you on the wrong side. So on the north banks.
Okay.
Of the Elven Delta. And that is as far as you can go without being an elven citizen, which you are. So, yeah, I mean, you'll know how to get further.
Excellent. Is it just a small set of docks or a small village?
Yeah, a small set of docks is probably the last place you could do human things. But I don't think you're, I mean, for you, you speak Elven, you can travel just fine through the Elven.
Would I travel over road, or would I catch a boat up the river?
Either. So you could hire, there are little Elven push boats.
Absolutely.
That you could catch a ride on at these docks for a gold coin or whatever. They'll take you upriver.
We will absolutely hire
into the capital.
A little Elven push boat, and I'll have Michelle play us some lovely lute songs as we cruise up the river in this boat.
I don't think she has a lute. I think she's got a harp or something.
No, magic musical instrument, lute, 14. It can be a harp if you want. I don't care.
Is that her skill?
That's her proficiency.
That's her proficiency?
Oh, no, wait. That's her... Yeah, she's got lute and harp proficiencies.
Okay, and what? But it doesn't. So she's a musician, but does she have an instrument? What's on?
Her character sheet only has potions on it.
Did you pawn her? Sheet. Oh my god! See, you turn your beautiful NPCs over as henchmen, and they just all of a sudden they're all of their nicest things get pawned, and they're just a potion monkey.
She's got a mini harp in a case.
Yeah.
So she'll play us some beautiful harp music as we cruise up the creek on this little push boat.
Yeah. So she's got. I mean, it's. I don't know if handheld is the word. I mean, it's like a. Yeah. That was the thing in the early scenes. Remember when you guys were like trying to get out of Ashenholt? She had all that effing luggage, one of which was like a travel harp, which is a giant suitcase that she like opens up, and there's, I don't know, a dozen or so strings.
Right. It's a 5 pound.
She like sets on her
instrument, I would imagine.
How much does it weigh?
5 pounds.
Okay. So it like sets on her lap, and she can play it while this elf pushes your way upriver.
Yeah.
There's probably some brief conversation. Like, you ask for passage, he looks at you, you're an elf. Welcome home. And then he's like, what about her? And points to Michelle and Elven. You're like, don't worry, she's fine. You hand her some gold.
Here's the gold.
She's with me. Does she speak Elven?
She does.
Okay, but Qualneer does the negotiation here.
Of course, yeah. But Qualneer's negotiating. He's like, she's with me, don't worry about it. Here's some gold. Push. Come on, time's a-wasting. And we'll push boat ourselves up towards the capital.
Well, you pay someone else to do the push boating.
Right. I mean, I'm not actually doing physical labor.
Yeah. So you depart these crummy human docks and make your way up the delta towards the great gates of Qualneer, carved from a golden wood. Well, Qualneer probably doesn't pay any mind to how they constructed these massive gates, but they're a wonder to behold.
Michelle would inspect them.
Michelle, sure, yeah, she's heard tales of the wood shapers carving them with magic from the forest itself. You wonder if perhaps the reason that the human merchants aren't allowed upriver is because their ugly utilitarian crafts would ruin the ambiance, right, of the elven kingdom.
It's not a safety thing. It's just like, fucking human boats are ugly. We don't want them anywhere near.
They'd be unloading their stinky like fish in the streets of their beloved capital.
Right.
So they do all the merchantry on that human dock for the most part. Yeah. And it's pretty much just elven vessels past this point.
Wonderful.
Lovely little push boats with like curled. What's the thing at the front of the ship called? Bow, not like a bow. Like it's like a bow. Yeah, bow spirit, but it's like a twirly elven thing. Yeah. And you push your way into the capital.
All right.
Again, more natural wooden structures creeping and peeping out of the thick old growth forest on either side of this river. And you will know more or less where to go. Are you going home, or are you trying to find a gem merchant?
For my sis. No, you know what? I'm going to look for we're just going to go look for a merchant, someone who buys and sells gems.
Okay. So I think your family lives somewhere in like a suburb of the capital or whatever. They've got some enclave, not in the capital city or whatever. They're not like elven royalty, despite what your papers might say.
Right. Papers.
Cool. So you can find an elven gem cutter.
Perfect.
I
will bring I brought 5 big rubies with me and 2 small rubies.
So what are you wearing right now? What does Qualneer look like? So you look around and see these elves in the capital. These are fancy elves, right? They've got long flowing robes, embroidered, and probably like handcrafted by elf maidens, right?
And they're all like cut in elegant yet revealing ways for men and women. You know, everyone's showing off. All their
none of them are
assets.
made from animal fibers.
Right.
Or if they aren't intertwined with any plant fibers. These are all like
they're
natural,
all organic,
like fair trade,
GMO,
organic,
unicorn free,
organic, hand-picked elf cotton or whatever.
Right. Qualneer, by contrast, has been living in human lands for a little while and has been having to buy human-style clothing for a while. So I've got like really nice merchant robes. And I also have my elven chainmail.
What does it say on your character sheet?
I don't have any clothes on my character sheet. I'm naked.
So you're naked. So I think you're wearing this suit of knockoff elven chainmail, right?
Maybe.
And nothing else, like the bare minimum clothing to keep it from chafing your.
I never. Let me look at the old character sheet because I didn't get a chance to finish transferring everything over. I've got.
We did do a lot of Qualneer dress up over the years.
Got a leather favor, a letter from a sea wench. Sealing wax, chalk. So I do have 5 pounds of clothes, and I've got common clothes and ninja clothes.
Okay, that sounds more like it.
Yeah.
Did you have fancy clothes?
God, you know, I've had so many character sheets, and they're so badly erased that a lot of.
I mean, I think they're probably many of your clothes are probably tattered and bloodstained from years of adventuring.
Yeah.
So I think you've just got the common clothes and the ninja clothes. It sounds like it. And the ninja clothes you're probably not wearing, right?
No.
Or are you?
No. Had I known I only had common clothes, I would have bought fancy things before I left for here. But maybe
I think you totally forgot this is what you're used to wearing, and then suddenly you feel self-conscious looking about at these elves and their beautiful embroidered robery, and here you are in these. Yeah.
All right. Well then,
crummy
first
human
stop
clothes
is the tailors.
Yeah, these were yours were made at some sweatshop in Sinteron or something.
Mm-hmm. Handcrafted by the finest of human children. All right, so first stop is an embroiderer, a tailor, seamstress.
Okay.
So as soon as we get to land, we hop off the boat, all our small amount of stuff with us, and go look for
an elven seamstress. Oh dear.
Yes, quite.
This simply will not do.
Yes, tell me about it.
All right, so measurements are taken, robes procured. How much are you spending on elven finery?
Oh, 100 gold.
What? Okay. All right, I think money is not even discussed, right? They just somehow they know, even underneath all your filth and grime, that you're an adventurer and you can afford it. So they take you for all you're worth.
The fine art of elven body language, where she's like, "Oh dear," and I'm like, "Yeah," and we both know, okay, this is what we need to go up. Mm-hmm. This is our price already.
Yeah. She kind of grimaces at sight of the chain, but can work around it.
I pretend not to notice.
So you get some sort of robe or shawl or whatever that goes out over your relevant chain.
Cover the top, put the chain under the robe.
I think the assistant just brings over a bin, and they just strip you down and dispose of your human clothes and just burn them.
Yeah, it's the
you get fancy new elven undergarments too.
Perfect.
Michelle sits by impatiently while all this goes on, unless she needs a elven wardrobe change as well.
Oh, well, no, I think Michelle, you know what? Michelle probably wants a set of elven clothes for being in the elven lands. Knowing her, she's a fancy-ass human bard, and she likes nice stuff.
I guess so. She's got enough charisma. She's got enough charisma, though, that she looks good in anything.
This is true, and she does have nice clothes, and she does carry herself with enough poise and grace that she looks fantastic anyway, but Qualneer is a dirty thief, and Michelle's a dirty thief in their own separate ways, so she's gonna take Qualneer for all the money she can whenever they hang out, and she'll buy.
So does Qualneer buy her dress now, or does that come later?
No, it comes now. As long as we're doing him, we might as well do her. That is 200 gold. Right.
Oh, she gets the 100 gold dress.
Oh, of course. Okay. I mean, we're here on business.
Yeah.
Besides, we're about to sell a 5,000 GP gem. I mean, we're not going to get all 5,000, but even if we get half, like, on 200 GP on close ain't nothing.
Fair enough. All right.
So, elegant clothes in tow, we go set out looking for a gem merchant.
Sure.
I do have one question before we get there, though. How long does it take to get these clothes made? Because Qualneer doesn't give a shit. It could take like 6 months, and well, I mean, he probably would care if it took 6 months. But elven lands, elven time. You know, I'm sure things might. I
assumed it was the sort of thing where you needed to leave in something. Would you like put in an order? Like, I mean, obvious, like to have everything. Yeah. To get everything custom tailored would take longer, wouldn't it?
Perhaps.
So do you want to like kill some? I mean, we're in the Elfwood, right? Time doesn't pass as it normally would. I think you. So yeah, you probably do get some accommodation here, or do you go stay with family?
No, we'll get accommodation here. We don't want to show up to family looking like this, you know.
Yeah. I think the time passes without you realizing, and then like one morning you're sitting around this like rented Elf B&B villa that you're like sitting in the canopy. Like you look down and you're like lounging in like brilliant white elven dress gowns, sipping on grapefruit juice and nibbling on like elvish scones. And you're like, where did the last 3 weeks go? And you eventually make your way to what even is a week.
I don't even know. Qualneer certainly doesn't know. Michelle might be a little bit more impatient. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's continual light shrouding the entire capital, right? So elves have magic flows through your very veins, so to be tossing around low level spells like that is no big deal over the centuries. So the whole place is just like shrouded in
yeah, totally
in magics. So the days bleed into the nights, and time passes without you realizing. But gold spent, you are looking as elegant as you need to be. Your clothes are tailored to fit, and I think you eventually remember what you were here for and make your way to the. So you probably had time to think and scope out and find a gem cutter of your choosing. How are you going to make that decision? Do you want someone that you know, someone that you don't know, a reputable source, or are you trying to find if there's like some sort of guild contacts already within?
No. Well, Qualneer doesn't have a bad relationship with the Goldsmiths Union. He's got a mixed relationship, right? Some people are good with him, other people are not so good. I think he's not considering Gold Union here in Elven Lands. I think maybe his own hubris is like, there's no way they would have any influence here. My people are like well above this petty stuff.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true, I think that's how Qualneer views it. And he'll just go to in true Qualneer fashion, he's going to go to the gem merchant who's closest to the docks. So that way when he comes and deals, he doesn't have to travel very far.
Okay. It's not like closest to the docks, but it's on the riverfront or whatever in the capital.
The one that is the least work to get to is what Qualneer is going after. He's kind of a lazy boy.
Okay. So it's right there on the waterfront, and you could push a push boat right up to the front door.
Just buy gems through the row through.
Yeah. So the gem cutter's workshop is like built into the roots of this tree, and you see in mixed in with like the soil and the roots are quartz crystals everywhere, shedding a dim light. And in sort of and you can hear sort of the dull screeching of a wheel grinding like in the back. Yeah. Polishing away.
Okay. Well, I will approach this lady, gentleman.
With an elf, can you ever really tell?
I guess not. They're all kind of the same. It's the eyebrows with the elves. The dwarves, you can tell by the beard. The elves, you know, how well manicured are the eyebrows? Are they this thin or this thin? So I'll come up to this merchant and immediately just have one of my rubies in hand, and without saying anything, set it on the table before the elf.
And finely cut. So pure. He holds it, steps out onto the dock and holds it up to the sunlight, the natural light. Exquisite. And flips some spectacles on and inspects it under the light.
Recovered from deep within the jungles of Sintaron, far beyond the mountain range.
Yes, I could tell by these crimson red hues. This from across the sea. No, we don't get them like this over here.
Would you like to?
Are you? He considers. Are you looking to sell?
Yes.
Make a charisma check.
All right, somebody that doesn't have 5 charisma. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. I only have 10.
In fact, you could even
Can I make an appraisal check instead? Would that be better?
I don't think so. No, this is to convince him to do business with you, or how good of a deal to get, to skip over any convincing salesmanship. If you really wanted to blow this roll out of the water, you would have had Michelle step in and do the negotiations. But
yeah, but I kind of felt like Michelle, human and elven lands doing business. I thought that might be more problematic than it would be good.
Yeah, maybe offset it with a friend spell.
Well, here we are.
Or the magic mirror. Here we are. Qualneer, roll us a charisma check.
25.
Yeah, he's... Qualneer's totally not sketchy, right? And you've gone native
finest.
or whatever these past couple of weeks. Yeah, you returned to your elven culture.
I'm dressed in the finest elven clothing that you can get in a week or two.
Yes, I'm sure I'm sure my clientele would go wild for rubies, for a ruby such as this.
Wonderful.
I could work this into a piece.
Shall we discuss volume?
Oh, there's more.
There are. I produce 4 more and set them, in a line on whatever surface is between us.
He crouches down and looks on it's like a polished root surface that he looks down at.
I make some offhand comment about the, whatever oils he's used to finish these roots and how it, glistens in the sunlight.
He ignores you and inspects the rubies. You do have 4? I thought
I have 5 total.
Okay, cool.
I had 2 beforehand, and you, what's his name, just made 3.
Ooh. And a fine set. So large, so red. All right, he'll buy your rubies.
Wonderful. How much will he buy them for?
I think he'll charge, let's say, a 10% commission on the price. So he will offer you 4,500 per ruby.
Oh, shit.
So for the 4 of them...
5 of them.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, you want to sell all 5?
Oh, yeah. 22,500?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Excellent.
And
that's 450 pounds of gold. So we need to figure out a way to transport this amount of money. I will take platinum. I will take
platinum
gold
bar.
bars.
Yeah, he can platinum bar stock from his safe. He can. Yeah. So now start talking logistics and how to move this. So that would be, what did we say, 22?
22,500.
Or 2250 platinum divided by, we're doing 50 to the pound or 20 to the pound?
50 is what we've usually done.
45 pounds of platinum. So that's just like a couple of bars of platinum, right?
Yeah, 1 or 2 bars of platinum. Yeah.
Gold bar. A gold bar typically weighs 12 kilograms or like 25 pounds. That's just like 2 platinum bars. Yeah, he can like go into his cellar and unlock that. Yeah, so that's only, it'll be like two bricks of platinum.
Okay.
He may need to like slice off the second one to length. I think these are like they're not bricks. It's like a bar. It's like a cylinder.
Oh.
And it looks like like branded rope, like braided rope even, or it's like styled to look like that. So like the elven. I mean, so it's clear that it's elven platinum bar stock.
Right.
And then he cuts it to length.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. So should I put 1 silver, 1 platinum bar, 2 platinum bars?
I think it's 2 bars. One of them is not quite as long as the other.
If it's okay with you, can I just mark it as the same length so I only have to like have 1 note on my sheet?
Nope. One is the 2 bar. One is worth. One weighs 25 pounds. The other it weighs 20 pounds.
1 plat bar at 25 pounds.
Just paying in copper as revenge.
Bar at 20 pounds.
And he had to go and use some saw to cut it to length to pay you. Or like a chisel or something. How would you, like a diamond chisel? I don't even know how you cut a platinum bar. These are elves. Maybe you don't get to see it. This is all in his vault.
All right, so the 20-pound one is worth 10,000 gold. And the other one is worth, what was that, like
1250? Wait, 25 pound is worth, the whole lot should be worth 2250.
Yeah, so it's 10,000 and 12,500. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. I'll take these bars and head back to Cinteron. And
you mean Cinteron or Solstice?
Solstice. I'm sorry, Solstice.
Okay.
And see how to. I'm gonna have to break some of this shit into actual gold pieces. So.
Yeah, I don't think here is your place, but you can get it changed in Solstice somewhere. If you start coming back with too much elven platinum bar stock, people may start to ask questions, but for now, you're fine.
I think at this level of thievery, at like 9th level, it's not so much acquiring money, it's finding a way to use your money. It's like, once your criminal organization gets high enough, it's not just like cash on hand, it's buying and selling and getting money into usable forms. It's the like...
Yeah.
Okay. Higher mafia level.
So are you leaving now? Heading back to Solstice?
Mm-hmm.
Don't even tell your family you were in town.
Actually, no. I forgot about that. Yeah, I do want to go talk to my sister.
Well, I don't particularly need to roleplay that encounter out, but
I was going to ask her. I wanted to make a deal with her. I wanted to see if she might be a courier back and forth.
All right. Well, she's back home with your parents.
Oh, fuck that shit. Never mind. All right, let's leave. I want to go see parents.
Okay.
You know, cool. I might be a psychopathic murder hobo, but, like, I still don't want to have to answer to my parents' probing questions.
How much cash on hand in gold do you have?
99 gold pieces left.
All right, let's... 7... Why don't you subtract another 12 gold for expenses throughout the weeks, and... at least 2 more, probably at least 4 more pushboat rides. I guess they don't always need to be a gold even, but yeah.
Money subtracted.
And then you can make your way back out to the docks, or you can find an elven ship from within the city that's headed to Solstice if you're not in a huge rush.
I'm gonna. Let's just take the elven boat. We'll take our
That
time.
may even be faster. I mean, it's either you find the next elven merchant that can take you, or you head out to the docks and like stick your thumb out until some human ship happens to be passing by.
So we'll take the next elven boat to Solstice, whenever that is.
Yeah, that could be later that day, whatever, for another 10 gold.
Another 10 gold each or
Total.
Yeah.
Total.
Okay.
All right, and after that little errand, we return to Solstice.
Wonderful.
Maybe change our music.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Not that Solstice isn't a holy city.
Yeah, but it's not like elven holy. All right. So getting back here, my 2 platinum weaved bars in my pack. We're gonna head straight home and deposit it in the treasury. And Michelle will change back into human clothes on the boat so that she is, of course, dressed appropriately for every situation, because that woman is on point. Qualneer will maintain his elven clothes, kind of feeling a little bit more homey, and maybe trying to pass himself off as a little bit more exotic, make his curiosity shop seem a little bit more honest by posing as the elegant elf.
By being a curiosity in and of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll head on back. Deposit our platinum in the secret. What's it called? The secret storage area downstairs, where a lot of my other crap is deposited. And maybe stop in and take a look at our friendly dwarf, Daggert, and bringing him one of the already shortened bar, dressed in my nice fine clothes, and ask Daggert if...
You like startle him. What does he do down here for? Does he just like cut gems all the live long day by himself?
Yeah. I mean, this is what happens when you enslave people. It's a brutal tactic. But they just cut gems and sleep and eat, and
he's not cutting
awful.
Gems when you interrupt him. He's
Sure.
like, I don't even know what I'm trying to think what he would be doing that's fucking off. Like, there's not even enough.
Oh, you know what? I had Imbop feeding him, so he hasn't been working while I've been gone. So he's just spent like a couple of weeks, maybe a month, just like hanging out in his little prison cell.
He's been. I mean, there's rubies that have been cut. He's cut 3 rubies in your absence, but
Okay. I mean,
you're not sure. You're not sure how long. You're not actually even sure how long you've been gone.
Right.
You can tell time by the amount of rubies that have been cut, maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know what you instructed him, but at least maybe in board.
I think I just tried to have
cut some
Imbop
rubies.
like feed him and look over him, but then maybe Imbop got like took some initiative and had him working instead of just feeding him, which is a pleasant surprise for me. But I'd like to head up to Daggert and
down to Daggert
and hand him
in the dungeon.
Show him one of these bars of platinum, and say to him, are you capable of turning this into coin? What would you need to make platinum coin from platinum bars?
I assume you've outfitted your workshop, right? Did you pay for that? You need to pay for that. We can kind of gloss over that here.
I mean, I paid a bunch of money to build everything. I don't know if it
included... Did you buy all the equipment, though? I think you just built the building.
Fucking like 3 years ago, man. I don't remember any of these things. If you want me to shell out more money to outfit my workshop, I would be happy.
So has he just been in the cell? He wasn't in the workshop?
Yeah. I think he's just been in a cell for a few weeks.
Okay, so then those rubies did not get carved. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's more like it.
I misunderstood this situation. So you have to let him into the secret workshop to work. Well, I guess apparently you had enough gem cutting tools even more. But for Bart, he's like, no, I would need tools and get out of the cell. Do you speak Dwarven?
I do speak Dwarven, yes.
Okay. All right.
I will, in Dwarven, I guess. We will have this conversation. I'll say, well, that's wonderful. Why don't you tell me the types of tools you need, and I will acquire them, and you can make and you can work on making this into coinage that can be spent. And let's see about making your room a little bit more comfortable. What would you like to be a little bit happier in your work?
Freedom.
Of course. But then, how can I trust you? Of course I can't. So that's out of the question for now. In the meantime, would you like some books? Perhaps some companionship? We could get you a mouse or a cat.
He scowls and sits in the corner. Are you going to fetch like some paper or something to have him come up with a workshop list?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure he'll need some sort of forge to like melt the platinum, and then he'll need like a little coin thingy to.
Oh, you're going to mint your own platinum coins?
You know what? I don't know what the law is regarding minting money, because it's just changing platinum from like bar form to coin form. It's not like I'm forging money. It has inherent value because it has the weight of the precious metal. So, what is it illegal to mint your own coin?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know the Qualneer knows specifically, but yeah.
But it's probably illegal. Okay.
I don't think the powers that be would be okay with that, but I don't think you care.
Yeah, I don't care. So I figure we'll need something to melt, something to a striker. Is that what it's called? Because you strike coins.
Well, I'm just gonna assign a GP value to outfit your workshop based on the skills that it can do. We're talking about several thousand gold to outfit the workshop with a forge.
Sure.
If he just needs to cut this down to weighted chips, that could be less. No. So I don't think there was no forge to be built. I think he would part out 1,000 GP or so worth of equipment mostly to cut gems and cut the platinum bar stock. I think I should have already charged you for this, but. And this is your secret workshop, right? This is not your workshop.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm also going to need someone to design the coins that we're going to be minting here. And
well, you're not there yet. Yeah, a forge will cost more than 1,000. What did Georg have to pay for his forge? I mean,
I don't know.
He's using it to make spell stuff, but
I've got the spells of magic right here. I can figure out the cost of a forge. Let's see. A forge usually costs about 5,000 GP, but it includes an alchemical laboratory, which costs 2,000 GP. So 3,000 for the forge itself.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. Are you actually going to build that? You're going to bring in like some contractors and have them put together a forge?
Oh, fuck, I can't do that because it would have to be in the secret workshop.
I mean, you've got a workshop right above it, correct? Yeah, but actually, where's the stair? The staircase is from your master bedroom, isn't it?
There's two staircases down, right? There's the regular staircase, which goes into the storage. Then secret storage.
And where does the master bedroom secret staircase go?
It comes out like to the north, to the upper right of the cell. That little weird...
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the workshops are stacked, so you could put a chimney between them or whatever.
Right.
So for 1,000 GP, you can outfit your workshop with tools to accomplish most of what you need to do. To mint coins, you're going to need to build a forge.
Okay, so I'll just do everything but we won't mint our own coins then.
But drop 1,000 GP worth of platinum, I guess, or however you want to play for it. I mean, eventually it can come out of that platinum, and then your daggers can chop the platinum at least down to size.
Okay.
To chunks of whatever weight.
Right. And I'll probably
it's probably like a 1 ounce minimum, so it's not it'll be like chips of platinum that are worth
1 platinum each?
No, I think it'll be more like 10 platinum each even. Let me think. We can say one. We could Down to how much does 1 platinum weigh? 1 coin is
1/50th of a pound. Yeah.
Yeah, 150 pounds. 0.3 ounces. Sure, if with like a correct chisel, he can nip off third ounce bits of platinum. I think he can like slice discs down the length.
Perfect. And I'll have like the people who are
maybe unbraid the rope. Yeah.
All the people who are setting up the workshop, like set it up in the upstairs workshop, and then once they're gone, I'll like very carefully lay it out, write it, map it out, and then move it downstairs.
It's not
to
a. This is just
workshop.
this is just equipment and tools.
Right, but
I probably should have been. I probably should have charged it a while ago. So
you might have charged it a while ago. Actually,
yeah,
we might be double paying for this, but I'm
I don't think so. I don't recall this, but because I think when we built the house, we used like the Castle Builder's Guide, and you said like, okay, do I want it to be Spartan? Do I want it to be equipped in this way and that way? Blah blah blah. Building a forge is a whole separate thing.
Okay, so
I think you bought furniture, but I don't think you would have bought any of these. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will have him start making me start chipping down the 20-pound bar into chips. I'm going to leave the other one in the 25-pound bar.
All right. Cool. So we'll have to, that'll take a week or whatever to get all the workshop equipment purchased and blah, blah, blah. But you can chop down your platinum to whatever platinum increments you need.
And while this is going on, I want to go take a visit over to our friend Granite here in Solstice.
Oh, hanging out with Daggert and his cousin.
Yeah.
If only they knew.
Yeah. Because I got some plans, some things I need to take care of. Qualneer wants to go hunt down whoever took Bloodletter from him. But he wants to make sure his business is going to be working while he's away. So he's going to try and talk to Daggert and see if we can't work as Daggert's final, the fence is the middleman between the thief and the seller. So I want to be the seller for his fencing. And then I want to set up something where Mbop and Michelle can move supplies from his place to my place, and then we'll share profits or whatever. I don't actually need it to be profitable, but I want to maintain the illusion of an actual business and give Mbop and Michelle a task, something to do while I'm away, so they're not just lounging around in a life of luxury.
Okay. Well, you pay a visit to Granite's warehouse.
Right.
I think there's a big warehouse region where dwarves load and unload pallets and boxes of whatever Granite deals in. You can find Granite.
Wonderful.
Qualneer.
Ah, my old friend.
Haven't heard from my cousin Daggert in a while.
That's unfortunate. Is he okay?
What can I don't know. Maybe I ought to ask you.
Would you like me to look into that for you? I have a discount, a friends and family discount for spying on people. If you'd like it.
What do you want, Qualneer?
A business arrangement, my good friend Daggert.
Good.
As you know,
come to give me money?
Maybe. Qualneer's Curiosity Shop has been built towards the north end of town, and I figured you could use a place to sell some of this merchandise, and I have a storefront to sell it in.
Sounds to me like you come into my place of business and tell me how to do my job. Sales are just fine, thank you very much.
I see.
That is, they would be if my customers were actually paying customers. And he goes off to go do something else when it becomes apparent you're not actually buying or trying to sell anything. You're just trying to make vague business dealings. If you can hit level 9, I might throw him into your Thieves Guild, but until then, he's not. I don't think he'll take the bait. I mean, I guess you could try rolling charisma checks or something and seduce me.
I'm gonna try and talk to him
through my
again.
disagreeable dwarf.
I think your disagreeable dwarf is misunderstanding my intention.
Okay. So you chase him down as he's like walking across the warehouse, checking things off.
Dear Daggert, I believe you've misunderstood. Dear, not Daggert.
He glowers when you.
Dear Granite.
When you accidentally call him his cousin's name.
I feel like you've misunderstood me. What I'm hoping to do is purchase wares from you to sell in my shop.
Why didn't you say so? What do you need?
I was trying.
He gives you like a punch, and I guess you can probably just reach your belly to like feel that you're wearing the chainmail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Needs some more chain?
No. Oddities, weird bits and pieces, things that don't have a proper shop to go to. You know, maybe a stone statue of a squirrel to go with my stone weasels and bats. Or
do you drop in
Thieves'
Cant at any point in this, or are you?
Oh, I think half this conversation's in Thieves' Cant.
Okay,
you know, we're businessmen of this kind.
Okay. I pick up what you're putting down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got this shipped in from Cinteron yesterday, and he like takes you over to a pallet of assorted a box of assorted art objects. And you can looks like someone plundered a tomb or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some adventurer plundered a tomb, and there's little stone idols, and you pick up like a jar, like some ceramic jar that's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some ooze is dripping out of a crack.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, you can exchange gold for art objects if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I would like to exchange gold for art objects, then return to my shop and have them up for sale.
Okay.
But like,
yeah, Granite picks up what you're putting down. He's going to take 10% off the top, though. I think that's a standard, unless you would like to negotiate better rates. I think that's a baseline for merchants, right?
I think we should probably talk about how this is going to work, because like shop management doesn't sound like a particularly fun thing to do.
No, that's why I was just saying, sure, you can exchange monies, but it's not going to do you anything unless you're,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So this can be an ongoing thing as you need. Do you want to exchange any coin for art objects at this moment, or?
I would like to, but I am. So do you want me to like pay for these things and then later you give me money that I have then made from my shop?
Are you trying to sell them in your shop?
Yeah, I'm going to sell them in my shop.
Okay, I don't think that's going to go well for you. We can resolve as time goes on, but I think all that no. I mean, you can for free. You can buy art objects and store wealth in that form. But to have wealth,
So my objective is not actually to create new money. I'm not trying to increase my wealth through this. I'm mostly trying to kind of mask, to give my shop some sort of purpose and to give myself some sort of cover. But I expect at some point there's going to be sales happening. And I don't
probably,
want to do,
probably not that many. I think I liked the scene we set up before with Qualneer and Michelle speaking in elven, sitting there sipping espresso when someone walks into the shop and look around and be like, "This is not. How is this a store? How is this place?" You've walked into stores like that, right? Where they've just got oddities and knickknacks that cost like $700 for a silly little lamp made out of wicker, and you're like, how is this
but
place
someone
real?
Comes through and buys it occasionally, and they must break even. So I'm hoping that we
maybe it's a mob front.
Right. I'm hoping that we
the
can
elven
set
mafia
up something where I can break even or have like a set amount of trickle down. So
for the time being, I think you're going to wind up losing 10%. I don't know that that's going to be clear to Qualneer up front.
That's fine.
Because what it's going to be is you're going to be buying art objects at whatever full price Granite tells you they're worth. And you're going to have a hard time selling them for 100% their value. Although if you hold on to it and you're patient, maybe it'll work. If you have Michelle as a salesperson, maybe it'll work. Right. But it's not just, unless you do more, I mean, like you can't.
I just don't want this to become like bookkeeping and dragons.
No,
with the
so
shop.
What I was proposing is just tell me how much GP worth of art objects you'd like to hold at this point. At some point, I may roll to see how much of that stock changes over to gold. But for the time being, give me a GP value, buy that in art objects.
2,000 GP.
Okay, so you buy a couple of pieces smuggled out of Cinteron, from granite.
Mm-hmm.
Take them, set them up in your shop.
Mm-hmm.
More curiosities that may or may not sell in the short term. So I would note, just note that you have 2,000 GP worth of art objects on top of whatever art objects you already had.
Right. Perfect. And then, generally speaking, I will have Michelle and Imbop in the shop, with Michelle as the matron of the shop and Imbop as the shopkeeper helper who kind of scurries around, cleans things up, does, he's also a professional chef, so he'll cook for him and her and Daggert down below, and masturbates, of course. And I'll just have them run the shop and maintain things and sort of enjoy their life of luxury. And I think I probably also give them an allowance of money to, or maybe I just say they can spend whatever they sell.
Yeah, Qualneer, we know that Michelle's skimming off the top for her own whatever's. She's your henchman though, so I mean you can cheat yourself as much as you'd like to.
Yeah, but I think that I think it's become the sort of thing where she skims off the top, and then Qualneer doesn't bother to pay her because he just knows she's skimming, and so it's fine.
Okay.
I think that's how this works.
Cool. So I think things are starting to fall into place. However, you haven't made enough XP to level, I don't think. At this point, if we wrapped it up, you just pawned off 22,000 worth of loot. So you'll need to So if we want to do the followers thing, we'll need to farm you some more XP. Or I don't know.
Well,
do you want to head into a break and think about what you're going to do, or do you know what you're going to do now?
I'm going to go look for Bloodletter. That's my plan. If I'm not at enough XP to hit level 9 and get all these other things, I need to farm 30,000 gold or 30,000 experience, 31,000. And
you just did 22, right? That's where we're at now. That's what you sold versus the rubies.
Okay.
Actually, we could almost say 25, but
okay.
So you need to go make some more loot or go murder some monster worth 5,000 XP. I'm sure we could find you something in the sewers, right?
Yeah. Because I don't want to just play grind the experience by selling money. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll send him out looking for Bloodletter and hope that gets us close enough to XP totals, or
well,
maybe multi-session, maybe in a session or two we'll hit the XP total necessary.
Yeah. No, you're totally going to die along the way, and your Thieves Guild will never get made, and we'll all cry. On the other side of this break, though. Until then, coffee time?
Coffee time.